Okay, hello. Now we're going to look over how to navigate this specific Moodle site for the course. All right, this is O'Brien's distance education history course, and so I want you to have some familiarity with the process of how I'm going to use the site, and therefore how you're going to use the site. Obviously, first thing you're going to log in through the main Moodle page in Elms. And you guys know how to do this. You're taking online courses. I'm sure someone has already gone over all of this with you. But there's three things I want you to know. Right here on the main menu, right on your home page, on the left-hand side, you have online tutoring resources, and student training resources. These are wonderful things. Every college and institution, but especially Elms and the community colleges of Massachusetts are going out of their way to offer good support and training and help for students using Moodle and using any online source. And so if you run into any problem, you want to brush up, not just for this class, but for any class, please use the online tutoring and set up some one-on-one time. Use the online tutoring resources and the student training resources, which show you how to do everything from uploading files to sending messages. Okay, these are your three most helpful tabs that you can use. Okay, you guys know how to navigate your site. Right over here you have all your external activities. You have your calendar. It tells you what day it is. It'll tell you when you have things due depending on what classes you're in. Right. This is just the main site. We need to navigate to our specific site, and that's this one right here. And this, of course, is my view on the site. So let me change this real quickly to your view. All right. So this is right here is the Moodle website, and this is what our course looks like. I'm just going to show you the basic operation of what I expect and how this course operates. So, most of this is self-explanatory. If you've done any online courses or used Moodle at all before, this will be incredibly familiar. But if you haven't, this is a quick tune-up. So, basically, there's a couple of things. Up here, you have sort of the mass communication, right? Questions and answers you can post that I would answer if you post them in there. Here's the news forum, and anything posted up here, anything I upload here, you can respond to it, of course. You can always check into it. But this is always emailed to all the registered users, right? As you guys know, I already did the course pre-requirements and pre-assignments, right? That explained logging into the MyLab site and some other information. That's what I'm going to use this for. So always look up here for recent announcements. All right, the other thing we need to know, I haven't loaded them in yet, but you're going to find your syllabus and anything that you need for the whole course here in course-wide resources. They'll be loaded in here. These Moodle training videos are really helpful. Again, they're pretty similar to the online tutoring you would have gotten on the home page, but this is all good stuff. As far as you're concerned, how to navigate in a course, how to send a message, answer or post a question, and this is a big one, how to upload an assignment. You should know how to do that. So if you have any trouble doing this, this is where you turn. And they're just short YouTube videos that step-by-step explain how to do everything. And they're very clear. So if you have problems, please use the Moodle training videos. If you haven't used Moodle before, it's worth it just to go through each of these before the course begins. Okay? Here's our first topic. And each topic is going to run pretty much the same way. So this is how it's going to work. First, you have topic 1. New World Encounters, and that corresponds in your text or e-text, whichever one you're using, with Chapter 1, New World Encounters. And this is the first thing you do. When we start a new topic, you're going to open up the instructions file. It's actually a folder, sorry. And down here, you have, I've uploaded files. They're the same. They have the same content as a PDF or as a Word document program. And you should, if you can, always use Word because you can edit it. It's easier to send. I expect all of my all the assignments you turn in this class to be saved as a Word document, right? And whether you're using Pages or any other word processing program. You always have the option to save it as a Word program, and so please use Microsoft Word with any of these assignments or written communications other than emails. But anyway, what you do is you click on the instructions for the topic, and basically these instructions will tell you what's expected for each topic, the date it's due, and the time it's due. Okay, and where to find it. So everything, each topic begins with you come to this and you open up the instructions for the topic 1. Pretty self-explanatory. All right, let's go back. And topic 1 will tell you this. The very first thing we do is actually not on Moodle at all. The very first assignment in each and every topic, right? Just have this in your head so that you know, is we read a chapter, a corresponding chapter in the textbook or the e-text. So topic 1, you will read chapter 1. For topic 2, England's New World Experiment, you will read chapter 2, England's New World Experiment. Again, I don't care if you read it in the e-text or in the hard copy textbook, either way, but it's really, really important that you do take the time to actually read the textbook. That's where the bulk of the background and broader information is. You know, all the content I supply and the assignments based on it, right, are more focused, but you need that background information. And the textbooks are so thorough these days and rich in information. They really do a great job. And so you're going to read the textbook, you're going to read the corresponding chapter, and then you're going to take the chapter exam. And that's on the MyLab website, the Pearson website you had to register for. I've posted up another video that explains to you how to find and take that chapter exam on the MyLab and Mastering website for this class. Okay, so you really should watch both videos, this one and that other one, and you will really understand how to find it. So that's always your first assignment, and in the instructions tells you when each is due. The next assignment in each topic will be this. It's the focused lectures, and these are usually 3 to 4 additional lectures. They run anywhere between a half an hour to an hour, and they're me. They're me talking to you about a very specific topic and a set of ideas in history. You know, the first ones are a little more primitive, unfortunately. They're screen capture ones. The later ones are a little better. And what you're going to do, you're going to click on these and watch them. Right? You could click on any one of these, right? It can play right here. You can obviously go watch it in a full screen mode, okay?
Okay.
And there it is. I'm not going to listen to myself lecture in a video that I'm lecturing in, but you get the basic idea. You need to watch all the lectures. You should take notes on them. And then after you watch them, or actually before you watch them, down here, in each and every folder, I've loaded the assignment questions. So these are essay questions, right, that pertain to the lecture videos, right? So you come in here, you're going to download, and you can either print them out or have them on your computer, however you want to do them. The assignment questions, they're short essay questions, and that each of these lecture videos respond to. They're sequential. Okay, so you have, if that makes sense, right? You open up the folder. I'll back it out one more time so you get a sense of how it works. So here you have topic 1, right? You got your instructions, you read the e-text or the text, you've taken the chapter exam, now you're ready for the next one. You're going to open up this folder. You have 3 lecture videos to watch. And you know, you don't have to watch them all at once. You can break them up, you can stop and come back. There are due dates for the assignments, so use your time wisely. But, you know, and some of the lectures are longer than others. And I highly recommend you download these assignment questions before you start watching the videos, so you can take notes as you watch the video, right? And trust me, the questions are sequential. They go along exactly as information is presented in each of these videos, and they'll help you do a better job on your assignments. Okay, so after you've watched the videos you've downloaded your assignment questions, you're ready for the assignment, right? And the instructions will tell you when this is due. But the first thing you got to do is, you know, it's the assignment for topic 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to submit, right? You're going to click Add Submission, and you're going to upload, right, a document, a written Word document that has answered the essay questions, right? That is the assignment. So basically, as I wrote here, you're going to use the assignment questions located as a file in the Liam's Focus Lectures folder, right? And you need to submit your answers as a Word document. You can write in any Word format. You just have to save it as a Word document. And remember to write, and this is important, I want you to write in complete sentences and in paragraph form. Spelling and grammar and style are an important part of any humanities course, and they're important in this class. Yes, they do count towards your grades. So do your best to write nice, cohesive, thoughtful, paragraph-oriented answers to each of these questions. Once you write it up on your own computer, right, you're going to save it, and obviously you will then click and add it as a submission, right? And that comes to me. And what's going to happen is I'll read that submission. I will make comments directly on that paper in little comment boxes that you'll be able to read if you open it up, and I will send it back to you as a feedback file, all right, with a grade. And there'll be other comments as well, tell you what I'm thinking. So there will be a lot of interchange. So basically, you are, after you've taken, read the textbook and taken the chapter exam, you move on to the focus lectures. You'll download the questions. You will use them to help, answer essay questions about the lecture. You will write those up in a document, and then you will submit them to me through the assignment tab. All right, you upload a file, and you have to give the file a name. Make sure you give it a name, and then I will download it. I'll grade that file and edit it, and then submit it back to you, and you'll be able to open it as a feedback file. It'll make sense. You'll get a little email saying I've given you feedback, and you'll be able to come back and find it. The next piece of every topic is going to always be the same, and that's the video activity. And the video activity is broken up into two tabs here, so I want you to see this. So in the video activity assignment, you need to open this up, and basically it's going to tell you some things about the video. It's going to tell you the name of the video I want you to watch. It's going to make some suggestions, and down here it's the same thing. I've uploaded into this folder the essay questions you need that I expect answered in the assignment for this video activity. All right, so it's a series of essay questions that directly pertain to the video you're going to watch. Now, where is the video you're going to watch? It's loaded up as a page right here. See, I tell you, in here, just to show you again, please watch When Worlds Collide, The Untold Story of the Americas After Columbus. It's a very good movie, by the way. It's kind of one of the longer videos we watch, but it's pretty interesting stuff. And the place that is housed is here on this page. You're going to click this, and you'll see, sometimes it takes a second to load up. It's right here, okay? It's linked directly into Moodle. Sometimes it might ask you for like your library card number and a code. That's why it's important. I told you earlier to make sure you can access the distance information and education databases at the Elms College Library. All right, that's one of your assignments, and it's something you should be able to do. But for most of you, this should just load right into the screen. And again, you can watch it in full screen mode, right? You can just play it right here, and it'll play. And you watch it. You'll have downloaded the questions, the essay questions that pertain to this. You can take notes. And after you do that, right, you're going to once again do what you just did for the other one. You're going to go right here. You're going to open up the essay assignment. You're going to open up the assignment tab, and you're going to add it as a submission. And again, it has to be a Word document, or at least saved as a Word document. And you'll have however many questions. I think there's like a lot of short essay questions for some of these, like 10 to 12. And I expect those answered. You have to, type them out, write in paragraph form, and I will give them quite a bit of focus and attention and send them back to you. And usually we have to go through one or two topics before you really understand what I'm looking for. I grade as much on improvement as on consistent excellence, right? They both are different ways to go about a class. So, understand that these are all works in progress. But that's basically how this class operates. If you need to contact me, you have my email. It's O'BrienL, all lowercase, @elms.edu. And you're always welcome to contact me as soon as possible. And like I want you guys to find this course easy, at least in terms of navigation. There's a fair amount of written work in this particular course, in reading and time watching videos. You're going to have to learn how to manage your time. Each one of these topics runs about 10 days, right? It's not 1 week per topic. Some run a little longer than others, and it's a lot of material, right, to digest in a short time. We only have an 8-week course, and I'm supposed to cram 16 weeks of material into an 8-week course to make it worth 3 credits. So we have a lot of material to digest. So make sure you were really allotting yourself the necessary time to do each of these. It takes a while to read a chapter and take the chapter exam in the textbook or e-text, right? It takes a while to watch all 3 of these lecture videos. It takes a while to watch the video activities. Like, there's actual time. That's 12 hours of work, I would think, in all of those. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe 10 hours worth, plus an hour or so in writing these essays, right? The short essay assignments. So make sure you're giving yourself enough time to get the work done. It's easy to fall behind. There are penalties for late submissions, which there just has to be. Otherwise, I can't grade these effectively because it's a lot of reading for me. These are not quick grading assignments. They're interactive assignments. But as it stands, this is how it works. And again, once we're done with topic 1, we move on to topic 2, and there's specific due dates, right? And you could see, again, you'll open up the instructions for topic 2. You'll download them. They'll tell you when things are due, and you'll know right away the process. The very first thing will be reading the textbook, right? Reading the e-text, chapter 2, and then taking, as soon as you can, the online chapter exam in the MyLab website. Remember, watch the video I uploaded on that if you don't know how to find those. And you need some strategies for opening and taking the test. You're allowed to do these as open book exams. That's fine, but it's important that you get these done. They have specific due dates. And once that's done, you move on to the focus lectures. After topic 1, by the way, the focus lectures get a little better as you actually get to see me and my actual lecturing style. Well, maybe, I don't know if you'll find that better or not, but that's just how it is. And you'll know what your online teacher actually looks like. And again, it's the same thing. When you open those up, in some of these, I've supplied lecture outlines that you can have to help you understand what you're listening to. But make sure you have the assignment questions, okay? And it just all works the same way, again and again and again. We're constantly, it's very sequential. After you watch those videos, you take the assignment questions, you write your short essay answers, and you upload it here to the assignments, right? And this tells you when it's due. These ones are due November 8th, right? Same thing with the video assignment, right? You're going to come in here again. Tells you which video to watch. There, get your assignment questions. All right, after you get your assignment questions, right, you're going to watch the video. And again, it should load up directly. You have the ability to open the full screen. You can come back to it. You can stop it. All of these have closed captioning. It's very important that you know that. These are all universal access. Okay? And then, once again, you take the essay questions after watching them, you answer them, you write them up in paragraph form, and you submit them through the assignment tab. Okay? And again, watch the instructional videos supplied right here, right on your main Moodle page. If you're unsure how to do any of this, if you feel a little clumsy navigating, these videos will really help you out. You'll see how easy it is. The first topic you might feel a little awkward doing till you understand how it works, but after you do this once, all the topics that you're going to see, and there's anywhere from 6 to 7 topics, depending on how quickly we move along, will operate the same way. Okay, so that's what you need to know. Make sure you're comfortable navigating. You understand to always start with the instructions right at the beginning of each topic. You know when things are due. you allot yourself enough time to absorb all the material, you know where the essay questions are, you submit your assignments, and you know that every single topic starts with reading the corresponding chapter in the textbook. Topic 1 is the same as chapter 1, right? Topic 2, same as chapter 2. And then you take that online chapter exam. Take chapter exam. And remember, I made a video that shows you how to do that. And I'll post up some other instructions as well. So that's all for now. That should give you enough information. If you have any questions, please send them to me immediately, okay? We don't want to wait too late into the course to start playing catch up on how to do things, okay? We have to have all this lined up right from the beginning. Okay, good luck.